Welcome to day 10 of your creative hero's journey, divine creative being that you are. Today we're going to look at visualization. This is a technique that you can utilize so that you never encounter creative block ever again. This is going to connect you with your imagination and bring out materials that you can use anytime you need to. So it connects to our free writing that we were doing a couple of days ago. So remember back to that attitude of you put your pen on the paper and you keep writing and you don't stop. So we want to bring that into our visualization just so we can have this continual loop. So get your pen and paper ready. I'm going to take you through a little bit of visualizing. But first I really want to talk about the different kinds of visualization that you can actually experience. So some of us think, oh, I'm not very good at visualization because I don't see things clearly, but it's not true. It's just that you're not visualizing with your eyes. You're visualizing with different senses. So maybe you come into your imagination and you sense energy. You have shady colors ebbing and flowing, but there's no real shape to them, but you can hear something coming through that energy. Or maybe you smell in your imagination. Maybe you touch things and you get connected with them in your imagination. So it's really about you finding out how do you connect with that imaginary material. If you've never done that before, you might want to spend time going back and forth and just make some notes about yourself. So you could just make it simple for yourself. Just close your eyes, come into a state of relaxation, and imagine that you're on a beautiful beach somewhere. And you hear the ocean and you smell the salt water and you can see the palm tree around you and you can feel the sand underneath you. You can touch the sand. So spend a bit of time on that beach and experience it in all those different ways and see how it is that you experience it. And then when you come out of that imagination, that visualization, you could write down some notes for yourself. With the proviso that it depends on the time of day, it depends on what mood you're in, all kinds of things can determine how it is that you're going to experience your imagination. It can change. But it's good to know that you have all these different senses that can come into play. And even if it's just a shadowy notion of something, there's a lot of information in there that you can utilize and then bring out for yourself. How do we begin? Always begin at the beginning. Bring ourselves here and now, beginner's mind. We arrive, we connect, inhale and exhale. We're in our heart, we're relaxed, we're open, receptive, we're inspired. We've got that energy of positive, growing energy in our bodies. Let's bring ourselves there. Close your eyes if you want to. You can keep them open as well if you want to try that. Imagine yourself in a beautiful garden. This is your garden. You're surrounded by all the plants, the flowers, trees, shrubs, everything that you love. It's a perfect situation. You have the most comfortable chair, which you happen to be sitting in right now. And you're resting at this most perfect time of the day for you, just to rest, daydream, and be in your garden. Notice what's around you. The blossoms, the blooms on the flowers, the leaves on the shrubs and the trees. Smell the aroma of the flowers, the air, fresh air, the earth in the garden. Maybe you have some lemon water with you. Can you smell the lemons? Listen to the sounds. There's buzzing bees around you. A light breeze rustling the leaves. be aware of everything around you. And breathe it in. Notice a bee landing on the flower, trying to get inside the petals. Imagine yourself, that bee, going inside the flower. Hear some birds chirping. Imagine yourself, that bird, chirping, looking down on you. Explore this space, your garden, with all your senses. Now you look down and you notice there's an object on the ground that you hadn't seen before. Reach over and pick that object up, put it in your hand, and have a really good look at it. What is that object? Can you taste it? Can you feel it? Does it have an energy? A weight? Notice all the details of that object. Get all the details that you can. And when you're done, put the object down, pick up your pen, and begin to write. Write about the experience of being in your garden, picking up the object, write all the details of that object. Just keep writing. Fill your pages with information of that experience. Everything that comes to mind. If you run out of material to write down, go back to the object, have another look, get another detail, write it down. Just keep writing, whatever comes through. Even if you're writing, I don't know what else to write here, that object was blah, blah, blah. Even if you can't think of anything else to write, just keep writing. Write that down. I can't think of anything else. Go back into the imagination and find that object. And you'll get more information. Write that down. Keep writing until you're done. So when you're finished writing, go back into your mind's eye, relax in your garden, hold the object that you found again, and give all your attention to this object and ask it to tell you what it needs you to know. Listen for the answer. Pick up your pen and write it down. Keep going back to the object whenever you run out of things to write. Go back to the object and ask it, what else? What else do you want me to know? Keep going back and forth like that until you feel completely done. You could have a lot of pages now. Your hand could be sore. Really go with this until you feel completely done. Keep going back to the object. What else? And then when you're done, come out of the visualization and you have all this writing that you've done. You've written about the object. You've written about your experience of the garden. You've written about all the details that were interesting to you. And then you've written about what that object that you picked up had to tell you about, information that it had inside of it. And now you have unlimited material to go through if you so want to, or you can just put it aside and have it for another time, or you might want to go through, read through, oh, I remember when I wrote that, I really liked that. So maybe you've got the beginning of a new project there. Maybe you've got your line for your song, or maybe you've got that next corner of your painting, or maybe you've got the next piece that you're going to work on in the series. Maybe you've got your next chapter. So that's one way that you can use your visualization to help you. And have fun with that.